To introduce AER's IP team, please welcome Ms. Jenina Joy Chavez. Has established herself as a very important figure in civil society circles here in the Philippines and in Asia in particular. She has done research, she has conducted research and has written on many things, various topics including regionalism, social policy, and of course now industrial policy. Please welcome advocate, social activist, researcher, wife, mother, friend, woman, Jenina Joy Chavez.
Thank you, Tintin. Good afternoon, everyone. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing to all of you the Action for Economic Reforms Industrial Policy Program and Team. Many of you know or have heard of Action for Economic Reforms, and the years of experience, expertise, and network building that has been established by AER is what we try to build on. The AER Industrial Policy Team aims to contribute to the development of a policy agenda to address weaknesses in the country's industrial outcomes. It aims to present an accurate and comprehensive picture of the state of industry and employment in the country and what this means for people's lives and future challenges. Through basic research and analysis, forums and discussions like what we're going to have this afternoon and fieldwork, the AER IP team seeks to test specific ideas of industrial policy, engage various groups' openness to them. The team believes that an industrial policy will play a crucial role in facilitating the upgrading and transformation of more productive sectors, in the process creating better quality jobs for Filipinos presently excluded from the narrow base of the country's growth. The AER policy Industrial Policy Team Framework Paper, which I hope you all got a copy of, which we call An Industrial Policy for the Philippines, Correcting 3 Decades of Error, provides a basic structural analysis of the country's economy and traces past policies and their outcomes. It argues that the Philippines needs to reintroduce an industrial policy to realize the vision of sustainable economic prosperity and industrialization with social justice. The team has also drawn up a checklist of considerations for the conduct of industrial policy. We continue to develop this checklist as we integrate new learnings and realizations. We argue in the framework paper that the Philippines needs to reintroduce an industrial policy if the country is to realize the constitutional vision of sustainable economic prosperity and industrialization with social justice. The question should now shift from whether the Philippines should undertake an IP to how the Philippines should undertake IP. Developing an industrial policy will be a long-drawn process where continuity is key. The Philippine political system, characterized by frequent elections and stringent term limits, makes this particularly challenging. Every 3 years, we have to enter into political contest, and every 6 years, the more medium-term direction is being renegotiated again. An immediate way forward is to evolve a broad coalition of industrial policy advocates to help provide continuity in the face of quick political transitions. But what do we mean by industrial policy? Broadly, it refers to government taking an active role in supporting and promoting specific sectors in agriculture and industry and services through a range of instruments including coordination, economic incentives, finance, intellectual property, regional development, and the required physical, political, legal, and social infrastructure. It refers to sectoral, vertical interventions, even as we recognize that the differential sectoral impacts of what we may call horizontal interventions. We encourage you to read the paper, the framework paper, to see our response to arguments against industrial policy. The AER Industrial Policy Team is composed of AER trustees and fellows. Most of us are here in this forum this afternoon, including the main paper presenters. The team combines many skills and strengths in research, policy analysis, project development, and network building, and traverses broad areas in economics, political economy, law, labor relations, and development planning, among others. At present, we have Dr. Joseph Anthony Lim, Attorney Nepo Malaluan, please wait the room. Dr. Manuel Montes, who works with us from his station in Geneva. Ms. Maria Cristina Morales Alicpala, Tintin. Dr. Reneo, Ms. Victoria Viterbo Quimbo, who unfortunately cannot join us today, and myself, who has the happy role of coordinating this wonderful, wonderful team. A couple of young and dynamic research assistants, Mr. RJ Mercado and Ms. Nadine Agustin, they're here, RJ and Nadine, who provide research and everyday practical assistance to the team. We are also in the process of expansion, inviting and welcoming other AER fellows and kindred spirits who are committed to the same cause of industrial policy, and equally importantly, who can commit time and energy to this urgent work on a mostly voluntary basis. The AER IP team runs on the basis of a core agenda that informs its positions on issues. This involves baseline research and policy analysis on the quality of growth, labor, and employment, the institutional infrastructure for planning and program implementation, and a specific focus on the electricity sector. The team also considers it of great importance to track regional and global movements and developments that exert pressure on domestic context. There are also what we call packet research, which allows us to do shorter term and quicker research and analysis of urgent issues of the day. The Localized and Industrial Development Planning Initiative represents the team's attempt at integrating local considerations and realities in industrial planning. Doing a pilot in 2 municipalities in Eastern Visayas that have been hit by Yolanda, the project aims to assess the viability of the potential and actual sources of economic activities, assess and examine economic linkages, and facilitate capacity development for local government officials, industry leaders, community actors, and civil society partners on how to analyze and utilize this knowledge and other resources towards job generation and economic resiliency. For this project, AER has partnered with Christian Aid and has signed memoranda of cooperation with the 2 local government units as well as the Visayas State University. Finally, we have special projects, some of the existing and target areas for which are flashed on the screen. These special projects straddle different capacities from research, policy analysis, design, and project implementation. And importantly, these special projects are what help fund some of the activities of the AER IP team, like the one we're holding today. It is the AER IP team's commitment to work with different partners through dialogues and interaction with key sectors and movements, government agencies, and political leadership, among many groups, to tackle the big question that is industrial policy. The secret is not in being able to dictate what should be done, not in presenting a prefabricated blueprint, but in creating mechanisms that will ensure that deliberation and refinements continue long after specific recommendations have been drawn up. So, on behalf of Action for Economic Reform's Industrial Policy team, I invite everyone to ponder on industrial policy, its issues and salience, and consider if there are possibilities for us to be working either now, immediately after, or in the future. This afternoon, there are basic issues. We will be tackling issues that are standard in assessing the baseline upon which we wish to build some goals for IP. The AER IP team, together with co-sponsors, the UP Center for Integrative and Development Studies, Business World, and Interaction, looks forward to learning from you all. Again, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Salamat.